Hey, good evening, family. Welcome back. Underrated Darkness. Thanks for coming back to my channel. Um, so gonna wait for some more people to come in. We're gonna read about the late Denise LaSalle. Wait some people to come in. Um, just gonna wait. Wait some more people to come in. Just gonna wait. Oh, I'm sorry, fam. Sorry. Let me get that put out the way. Get this out the way. Some more people come in. Sorry about that first. Make sure everything's checked out. Again, welcome to my channel, Underrated Darkness. My channel, Underrated Darkness. I did a live stream earlier. It was underrated. It was kind of fun. It was an all women's panel, and it was very encouraging. And women would just speak up against the dumbness and the evil in our community that's happened. And they was holding other women accountable that ones who refuse to do the right thing. So I want y'all to check that out. Also, check out the other live streams and videos I did. Let's get them likes and the views up on those. Also, share this stream. Very much appreciated. Share this stream. Hit the bell when I come for a powerful live stream or video. That'd be very much appreciated. I might have a panel tonight. I don't know. It really depends. So I'm just going to check that out. So, like I said, we're gonna wait for some more people to come in. But it was all good. It was all good today. It was all good. Definitely all good. A lot of conversation was happening. It was quiet. It was of the live stream that we done with the queens this morning. It was they offer a lot of solutions. And you know what? And then what I affirmed and what I was aligned with, they want to known as real women. They want to know as real women that stand up against the bullshit that happened in our community and through our own sisterhood. And that was that was very encouraging. So, and tomorrow is going to be men's talk. It's going to be toxic masculinity part 2. We got through it last week. And so, but we didn't, like I said, we did not discuss the subtopics of toxic masculinity. We're going to discuss that tomorrow night. We're gonna really dig in tomorrow night. So I urge all the men to come. It's going most likely it's going to be between 9 o'clock and 9:30. I don't know because I haven't engaged, so I might get back here a little late. It really depends, but the talk is going to happen. But I have might take care of some things. So if it's not going to be 9 o'clock, it'll be a definitely 9:30. Okay. So we're gonna wait for some more people. We're gonna talk about the late Denise LaSalle. She's a blues. She sang blues. She sang soul. She sang R&B. Also, she was a songwriter too. And we're gonna read about her in a few minutes. We wait for some more people to come in the piece. And so that's what we're gonna do. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play some more music. Let me see, I'll pull it up. Until people she made quite a few hits. Let me see. To people come in. Oh, this is she's saying some stuff. Captain Levi 6. Hold on. Let me put me. What am I gonna do? Yeah. I'm gonna play some stuff to people. Captain Levi. Yeah, Captain Levi 6KD. Thanks for coming, Monica. More justice. Check out she did a live by Confession. She had the lovely Miss G on it. Check that out, y'all. She always had great lives. I want you to check it out sometimes. But check that out. That is very, very encouraging. And thanks. And then again, thanks. Thanks for coming, Monica. I'm gonna play some music while the people filled up, and we're gonna read about the late Denise LaSalle. That's one of my favorite favorite singers and songwriters. Like I said, she sang blues. Also, she sang soul and R&B. She's one of the few queens that actually made an extra transition to blues to soul and to R&B. Also, like I said, she songwrites and also she producer. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play some stuff, and then it will be very much appreciate you in the chat. Put fair use, and I'm gonna she's saying some stuff. I'm just gonna say we all grown people here. All right. We all grown people here. So I'm gonna play some stuff on here. This grown folk business. So press 1 when you hear, or press 2 you didn't hear it. This is lick before you stick it. Lick before you stick it. Press 1 you hear it.
This song is dedicated to all the men out there.
This is one of the biggest hits. Fair use.
See if you wanna
all right.
try this.
Fair use.
Some men think the height of a woman's pleasure is when he's kissing her on her lips. And some men think the joy for the play is caressing with his fingertips.
Fair use, fair use.
And some men think a little titty kissing is the answer to every woman's dream. But let me tell you how to kiss her if you really want to hear her scream.
Fair use. Type fair use in the chat, please. Thank you.
Before you stick it, better lick it before you stick it. Lick it before you stick it. Lick it before you stick it. Woo!
Thank you. Keep on time, yeah. Fair use.
Now all you fellas sitting there laughing, let me tell you this is no stage joke. If you really want to please her, just find a little man in the boat.
Fair use.
Gently squeeze, massage him with your fingertips. But sorry, fellas, the job ain't over until you take him between the lips. Wow, you're making her feel good, but you can make her feel better. If you treat you like a stand lick it before you stick it. Better lick it before you stick it.
Okay.
Lick it before you stick it. Don't lick it before you stick it. Some men think a little kid kissing is the answer to every woman's dream. But let me tell you how to kiss her if you really want to hear her scream. Wow, you're making her feel good, but you can make her feel better. If you treat your lady like a stamp in a letter, lick it before you stick it. Oh, lick it before you stick it. Lick it before you stick it. Lick it.
Thank you.
Before you stick it. Lick it before you stick it. Lick it before you stick it. Lick it before you stick it. Never lick it before you stick it. Hey! Lick it before you stick it. Lick it. Lick it before you stick it. Lick it, never lick it. Lick it, before you stick it. Lick it, out, stick it. Stick it, stick it. Stick it, never stick it. Stick it, before you stick it. Stick it, hey, lick it. You got it, stick it. I like it like that, baby. Before you stick it. That's all right. Lick it out before you stick it. Oh yeah, lick it out before you stick it. Ooh, lick it before you stick it. Lick it before you stick it. Lick it before you stick it. Never lick it before you stick it. 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 The fellas got it. Now, girl, y'all can't stick it, but you sure can lick it.
Okay. That was one of the hits. That was one of the hits that I believe that it was a blues that it crossed over soul, if I'm not mistaken. And she had quite a few. And also she did some producing, but I'm gonna read about that. We're gonna wait for some more people to come in. Thanks for the head up about that, Monica. You know, I think there is a song. Okay, hold on. See. Oh, okay. This is one of her biggest. I think this is what I think on biggest records, biggest one. One of the biggest hits, and this gonna be exquisite. It's gonna be some, but I'm gonna play it. Another hit. This is I think this is a biggest hit. The late great Denise LaSalle. I'm waiting. We're still waiting for some more people to fill up in here. Here it is. Long Dawn Silver.
You make me holler, call out your name. You told me that you had what it took to make my bell ring. You told me that you ride me like a mule.
The late Denise LaSalle family. I'll be reading about her in a few minutes. Wait for some more people to fill up. I'm just playing some music.
Now I'm gonna put your business in the streets. You're making promises that you can't keep. You say I'll stay there, I lay there, but you couldn't deliver. See, I waited all night long, y'all, for Long Dawn Silver. Oh! I don't know how you got me to agree to let you in my bed. I must have been temporarily insane, crazy in my head. Tell me that you had 9, but all I felt was 3.
Doggone.
All of that didn't do nothing but wear the hell out of me. Now I'm gonna put your business in the streets, 'cause you're making promises that you can't keep. You see, I stayed there, I laid there, but you couldn't deliver. See, I waited all night long, y'all, for Long Dawn Silver. Oh! You said you have me climbing up the walls, screaming all night long. You said you had me begging you for more, to love me on and on. The bad thing I did was nothing. I should have made you pay. At least I would have had something, baby, for messing up my day. Now I'm gonna put your business in the street. Stop making promises that you can't keep. You see, I stayed there, I laid there, but you couldn't deliver. I waited all night long, y'all, for Long Dawn Silver. Hey! Long Dawn, waited all night long. You couldn't deliver. You couldn't turn me on. I don't know what you've been doing.
This is Denise LaSalle, Queen. I'll be reading about her in a few minutes. I'm waiting for some more people to fill up the chat before I start reading about Malik Omar. Yeah, I might have a panel discussion about this too. Might. Thanks for coming, y'all. the late great Denise LaSalle. Okay, now I'm gonna stop this. Wait for some more people to come in. Thanks for the comment, Malik Omar. I did an early live that women had joined. I want y'all. Yes, Denise LaSalle. Yes. Um, she also did some collabs with Millie Jackson too. Um, but she was one of the few women in blues. I think she started for blues, I think. And then she sang in soul. Then after she sang soul, she crashed for R&B. She one of the few women that she had hits back then. But what time not hits back then? She had big hits back then, but now it might be platinum now. But she passed away on the 8th of this month, and I wait for some more people. Um, I played one of the biggest. I think this is her biggest hit, "Long Dawn Silver." Um, Also, let me pull this up. The other songs that I played is "Lick It Before You Stick It." Okay. She also made "Down Home's Blues," but I'm waiting for some more people. Now, Gab Talk Media, what's going on, brother? He just did a powerful um live with Obsidian. Um Let me get that off. So check that out. Like I said, I'm waiting for some more people to fill in before I start reading it. I just played "Lick Before You Stick It" and "Long Dawn Silver." So she she did a lot. Um, and again, like I said, the one just came in. I did a earlier live, just a panel of women. I did not know it was going to happen like that, but kind of find out it was a lot. They were talking about a lot of solutions, and I want you to definitely check about that. And that was a big thing, and I enjoyed it. I just say a few things, and that's it. But we're gonna wait for some more people to come on, because I don't want to just read about it and just stop it. I want people to know about this great woman. One of my favorite singers. She's songwriter, and also she did some producing too. And I believe she produced some people too. Um, I think I'm gonna chime in that some people sing blues that talking about adult matters, as you heard. I'm most likely I'm gonna dig into that in the near future. I gotta dig up some stuff. I'll probably do something like that. So watch out for that. I'm gonna do some jazz. I got some goodies coming up. So wait for some more people to come through. And she was one of the few women that was a trendsetter. Cause start off with blues, and at that time when she coming like in the '60s and go in the '60s and into early '70s, that market was Hold on, family. Let me take this forward. I'm just telling y'all about the story. Oh, okay. No, I was talking about. I'm talking about my glasses. No, I was checking on your shit. That if you feel better tomorrow, you're gonna look, huh? Hello? Sorry about that, family. I'm back. I'm back. But get back to the story. When back, like I said, back in the early late '60s and early '70s, the market of blues singing, it was shrinking, and that's when soul been around. That's when the soul really start coming to mainstream, and then also so the blues start shrinking, but at the same time they started to sing about, you know, um start doing that's when everything started really open up for soul and even R&B. And she was, like I said, she's like one of the few women that was a trancer that she could complement blues into soul into R&B, and that was very big because at that time it was blues singers even back then. I'm talking about 30, 40 years prior to that, they was dying. And at the time, she was a big fan of blues, and she was one of the few women that broke into that. And also, like I said, she did some production and stuff. Okay, so other than that, this is very, very encouraging, and that's why you have like other women like, and even like I could put Millie Jackson into it too. So they was the few, and then you got the few others that follow and everything. Like I said, I'm gonna dig those people up, and then I'm gonna like really like really go into that too. So be expected in the near future that I'll be doing. So I just want to play some all reliable. Thanks for coming. Um, I want to thank y'all to take the time to hear some music. I play two songs, and I'm gonna read about now. We're gonna start off this the story about the late great Denise LaSalle. Her real name is Aura Denise Allen. She was born July 16, 1939, passed away on the 8th of this month of this year. Known as a stage name, Denise LaSalle was an American blues, R&B, and soul singer, songwriter, and record producer who, since the death of Coco Taylor, has been recognized as the Queen of Blues. She died when she was 78. Um, LaSalle was born near Southern Mississippi as the youngest of 8 children to Nathaniel A. Allen Sr. and Nancy Cooper. Her family worked as sharecroppers, and she had to pick cotton to take up other paid labor to support her family. She was raised in Belzoni from from age 7 and sang in the church choirs from local gossip groups around LaFleur County. To age 13, she moved to Chicago in the early 1960s to live with her eldest brother. She sang with R&B musicians and wrote songs influenced by country music as well as the blues, as I said before. Before winning a recording contract with Chess Records in 1967, her first single, A Love Reputation, was a modest regional hit. She established an independent production company, Kraton, with then husband Bill Jones. Her song "Trapped by a Thing Called Love" 1971 was released on Detroit-based Westbound Records. Now, people said what Westbound Records was. I believe Westbound Records. I believe the Ohio Players was down with Ohio. I think Ohio Records was down with Westbound Records until 1973. That's when they made the Mercury. But Ohio Players had some hits. They had some hits throughout the early 70s too. Ecstasy, that was part of Westbound Records and stuff like that. I just want to throw that in. And like I said, in 1973, when they signed the Mercury, after that, the rest history for Ohio Play. But that was the same record label that was, and I believe Cool in the Gang. But don't quote me on that. But I know the Ohio Players. This reached #1 on the national R&B chart and number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song ranked 85th on the 1971 year-end chart. RIAA Gold Disc Award was made on November 30th, 1971 for Amelia Seller, and I should have played that first. I might play that after I finish, so you never know. I might play that. She also wrote successful follow-ups, Now, Run and Tell That, and Man's Size Job, which made #3 and #4 in the R&B. Top 10, also charted in the Hot 100. Like I said before, she was a trendsetter. Her early hits was recorded at High Recording Studios in Memphis, operated by Willie Mitchell. Now, who's Willie Mitchell? Willie Mitchell and Al Green had wrote many songs together starting 1969. Okay, Willie Mitchell. Willie Mitchell also co-wrote and also co-produced again with Al Green. Okay, and also Willie Mitchell did some solo at that time too. So I need to throw that in. Using the best Southern section players, she continued to have hits on Westbound Records, then on ABC Records throughout the mid-70s, including Love Me Right, 10th on R&B, 80th on pop. She also continued to perform live to produce. Her co-pen song Married But Not to Each Other, 16 R&B, was included on 1975 compilation album The Best of Barbara Mandrell. In the early 1980s, she signed as a singer-songwriter with Marco Records, whom she released a string of critical acclaim albums over more than 20 years, starting with The Lady in the Street, 1983, and Right Place, Right Time, 1984. Both albums became successful among soul, blue, R&B, and hold on, fam, hold on. Let me let this go. So, sorry for the convenience, fam. I don't know if you record, so this one I have to wait and call. But both albums became successful among soul, blue, R&B, and soul fans, and on urban radio stations. In 1985, she enjoyed her only recognition in the UK single chart when her cover version of Rockin' Sydney, My Tutu reached #6. She appeared at the 1984 and 1993 versions of the Long Beach Blues Festival. I believe that's in California. In 1993, she also performed at the San Francisco Blues Festival. Her album Smoke in Bed 1997 sold well. After more than a decade away doing, she recorded 3 albums with Echo, a small Memphis-based soul blues label. She returned to Marco Records to release an album in 2010 titled 24-Hour Woman. She continued to work as a live performer, particularly at festivals. More recent has branched out into gospel. In 2011, she was inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame. And you ask me, she should inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She was translated, like I said before. LaSalle lived with her husband, James E. Wolf, in Jackson, Tennessee, where she opened a restaurant called Blues Legend Cafe. The restaurant was located at 436 East Main Street, but has since closed. In 2013 and 2014, LaSalle was nominated for a Blues Music Award in the Soul Blues Female Artist category. On June 6, 2015, LaSalle was inducted into the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame. Okay, all right. Her first marriage was to Bill Jones in 1969. They divorced in 1964. Both of them collaborate and produce records. They went on to establish the independent production company, Craig Charm Records, like I said before. In 1977, she married disc jockey James E. Super Wolf Jr. She had 2 children. After suffering from heart problems with complications from fall having resulted in a right leg being amputated on October 2017, LaSalle died surrounded by her family at the age 78 on January 8th, 2009. Now I'm gonna read all what she albums. 1967, Love Reputation. 1971, Craving for You. 1972, Trapped by a Thing Called Love. 1972, Do It Right. 1973, On the Loose. 1975, Here I Am Again. 1976, Second Breath. 1977, The Bitch Is Bad. 1978, Under the Influence. 1978, Shots of Love. 1979, Unwrapped. 1980, I'm So Hot. That's one of the very underrated albums she did to me. 1981, Guarantee. 1983, A Lady in the Street. 1984, Right Place, Right Time. Also a great album. 1985, Love Talking. Y'all need to listen to that. 1984, My Tutu. God, great ones. 1986, Rain and Fire. 1987, It's Lion Time. It's Lion Time Again. 1989, Hitting Where It Hurts. 1989, Holding Hands with the Blues. 1990, Still Trapping. 1992, Love Me Right. 1994, I'm Here Again. Plus, 1995, Still Bad. 1997, Smoke in Bed. 1999, God, You Got My Back. This one she was going to gospel at that time. 2000, This Real Woman. 2001, I Get What I Want, the best of LaSalle. 2001, There's No Separation. 2002, Still the Queen. 2003, My Tutu, the definite anthology of her. That's what they play older songs back then. 2004, Wanted. 2007, Pay Before You Pump. And 2010, 24-Hour Women. Now, there are some people going to say that what she wrote was raunchy. That she was pushing the ladder. Welcome to Co-Ali. I thank for you for coming. And what she would do, she just tell it what it is. She tell what a woman wants and how she want it. And also she do the same thing for men. And these were timeless records. And these was the records that I feel that it was very revealing because at that time some of us we cannot say those things. So you cannot say that, like you get busy and stuff. You can't tell me this is what I want. I want you to put it in like that. But when you listen to her and also Millie Jackson and others blues that was saying this way, it helps you. It helps improve in the bedroom too. And so we have to understand that records like this, this great woman, what she is, it replies to today. And at that time, you know about you. See, I told my our people, we know about our sexuality back then. Because they had put have it on blueprint. And so, and these songs, something like that when you got older, when you hear it, it also she talk about practice safe sex. They talk about how you need, she telling you how you get this woman or how you get this man. And also, if your shit ain't long, she gonna let you know it ain't long. And then she gonna let you know, wait a minute, if your shit's name, she gonna let you know it's this thing. But also she did make songs about getting together back with that man. Or get back together with that one. So she was well diverse. And when I first found out a day after, on the 9th of this month that she passed away, it hurt because she was one of my heroes. She was one of those, like, when my grandmother and my aunt used to play, I used to go speak her. Listen, oh, you need to get out of there. But when I got older, I started listening to her, and I started really stopped like loving her. And then I started listening really in my preteens. Like I was like 10 or 11. And she was like the height of her career. And so I'm glad that Information Man, what's going on, brother? And everything like that. So if anybody that wants to join, I changed my mind. What I said I wasn't going to do the panel, but if anybody wants to join the panel, put your link, put your email in the chat, and I will plug you up. If you still want to talk about the late great Denise LaSalle, that she passed away on the 8th of this month. She was 78 years old. She had a leg amputated back in 2010, and she gave us great music for our community, and she would be sorely missed. So, for me, it was one of the hardest. Um, this is one of the hardest because I had to really get a grips that I won't see her no more. But she do. But her music live on. She was inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame, also Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame. I pray and hope that one day she be definitely put in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because she did write and produce crossover hits of blues, soul, R&B, and even pop. And maybe the pop maybe was like when the top 100, she probably 80th, 70th, and stuff like that. But also she had some hits that was in the top 20 in the pop too. And so we gotta pay respects of this great woman. And King Wage, thanks for coming. Appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Floor to Professor. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, she's a giant. So I want you to do your own investigation and stuff. Like I said, if anybody want to get on the panel, let me know. Drop your email in the chat, and I will be more than happy. We could talk more about that and everything. If not, I close it out in a few minutes and stuff. But you know, she's a great, and I feel that especially us, especially women, especially the queens in our community, you need to learn more from her. You need to learn. You know, maybe people consider her raunchy, but I didn't consider her that. She tell you how she likes it, and at the same time, she always talk about love to stay together. And I think that is not being talked about enough of these blues singers back then. And so I feel all I can say that matter of fact, I'm gonna play something for y'all so y'all can hear it. And then I'll pull up Denise LaSalle, pull her up and everything. Um she's a great, y'all. She's a great. Let's see. Mm, let's see. And then she was very, very consistently, especially back in the 70s. She made like maybe one or two LPs every year. I think she skipped one in 75 or 76. Like that. I don't know. I don't remember, but she she's a great. I'm gonna pull something up. Hold on, family. Hold on. I'm gonna pull something up. Trying to look for a song so I can play it and everything. She okay. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Glad you came. Very much appreciated. All right. Where's she at? I'm looking for this song that and also she collaborate with you. I know y'all heard of Lattimore. Let's straighten it out. Remember he did that. He also collaborate with Denise LaSalle too. But I'm trying to where is this song at? Hey, she. Um, okay. I'm gonna play this. This is the late great Denise LaSalle, trapped by a thing called love. I'm gonna play that. Here you go. Fair use. Denise LaSalle.
Somebody tell me, what is this man that he makes me feel what I don't want to feel? Somebody tell me, what is this man that he makes me give what I don't want to give? On solid ground, I feel myself sinking, babe. I grab a hold, but I don't think it's gonna last. I'm slowly losing my mind, slowly sinking down, trapped by this thing called love. Oh, baby. On this thing called love. On this thing called love. Somebody tell me, what is this man that he makes me cry? No, I don't want to cry. Somebody tell me, what is this man that he makes me lie? And I don't want to lie. He called me up, and I tell him to say that I'm not here, that I cry all night if he doesn't call again. I'm slowly losing my mind, slowly freaking out, trapped by this baby called love. Oh, baby. I'm slowly losing my ground, slowly sinking down, trapped by this thing called love. Oh, baby, I'm trapped. I can't help myself. I'm hooked on you, baby. I just can't help myself. I can never be happy loving no one else. Oh, baby, I love you. Oh, baby, I'm always.
Okay, this is before I get to Amar's the one. Again, if anybody else want to join the panel, feel free, drop your email in the chat, and I'd be more than happy to get you on. Before I let me see, let me get this out the way. Before I get you Muhammad the one, that I believe that song came out on High Records. That's the same. That was the same label that on Al Green on. If you hear Al Green sound, if you hear the Al Green sound and her sound, it sounds just about the similar. So that was the great Memphis sound. Not talking about the one with Aretha Franklin. I'm talking about not that sound, but that was the most shows sound that's back in Alabama. That's Aretha Franklin sound. But this was the Memphis sound. This is like the famed Memphis horn. This is on when this is during the time that Al Green really started making his way. But we ain't gonna talk about Al Green right here. But we talking about Denise LaSalle. But that record came, I believe, on High Records. I believe that out there in the early 70s. Okay, so I'm just want to drop some Jews right here. Muhammad's the one. Welcome, my brother.
Hey, my brother, how you doing? Thanks for having me on your panel. How you doing today?
I'm okay.
Yeah, you were playing some good stuff there. I remember that record from the early 70s. The people, especially like the younger people, this is what they termed soul music. Way before R&B, people like you said, like Al Green. This is the kind of music that they used to play in like after-hour clubs, social clubs, with the old folks in there. That's music that you heard way back then. Just to give a little definition to the young people that don't know. and she was like, she was Lynn Collins before Lynn Collins was ever, because Lynn Collins came after her, and an array of female singers that were into that soul music type. That's what I could remember about her back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also, like going back, when I go more is what you're saying. She was an excellent songwriter and producer, and also she's one of the few ones that came out the blues sector that formed her first husband their own production, but that was independent. And at that time, that was unheard of back then in the late '60s, early '70s.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Unheard of. So, I think that and you can keep on talking, brother. Keep on talking, brother. God, I'm doing this.
No. Basically, I'm piggybacking off of what you just said. That's exactly right. Basically, that's when you had a lot of black artists had their own independence thing going on. Even like with James Brown, people like that, they were doing their own thing. This was before record labels became kind of big, and it may need to get back to that, because from what I'm hearing and understanding over the years, these record labels are really robbing the performers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they sign these contracts. Like, I can give you a group that I knew personally.
Okay.
More recently, from Staten Island, the Force MDs. I don't know if you remember those boys.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I remember Jesse and all of them in TC, the twins. They used to sing on the Staten Island Ferry, collecting dimes and quarters and all of that, And then the mistake that they signed a 5-year deal. I believe, I can't remember the label offhand. I think it was either Arista or Sony, or one of them record labels. But they really got robbed on the royalties, because you figure you take an inner city kid that really didn't have anything, and they think they're really signing for big money, but the money was kind of short. And I spoke to Jesse on a number of occasions, because he used to live in the same project as my sister now resides in Staten Island. So, I used to talk to him, and I said, yo, why did you guys sign that 5-year deal without, I said, did you guys have a lawyer? He said, man, we just signed because, we thought we was getting big money, and we ended up getting robbed and blah, 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 blah. So that's a note to all you youngsters who want to become, musicians or rappers or whatever. Just understand what you're up against, which also leads now to that rap group Wu-Tang Clan, because they were going to different record producers, but they kept turning them down, so they made their own left record label. Right. See, that's where a lot of these black performers need to do, is just do their own thing. But going back to the young lady that you're featuring tonight, she was independent. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
I remember that.
Yeah.
I really remember that. So, go ahead, JT.
Nah, you go ahead, brother. I could wait.
No, I'm pretty much done. But basically, it's just, just giving a synopsis of what it is, man. And listen, it's gonna have to get back to that pretty soon. So, that's the way I feel. But she was man, she was a heavyweight in the music back then. Yeah,
she was a heavyweight, and also like what I was saying before, she got the gospel too, and she did quite well in that too.
Exactly.
And then also she always was on the road performing, and she come up with some heavy hits that maybe wasn't heavy back then, but also more with some of her stuff that crossover pop too. Now she'll come up a pop. at that time? To me, yes. But at that time in the 70s, you got to understand that's when classic rock started from. They didn't call classic rock back then. This is when the pop. This is when pop music really started coming. They did not play with guitars and rock. They start as they start having like electric guitar. I mean, they start having like playing cello. They start having instruments, and they start having heavier rock bands that was infused with R&B and soul and stuff like that. And that's when classic music started coming because maybe I'm getting off a little bit, but I want you to understand that the evolution um of 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 of, of, of classic rock. I mean, rock then was going to the next level, going into the 60s and going to seven the Who. Now people say, who is the Who? The Who came in the second pack of 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 um of the British invasion. They came in because the Beatles came first with the Beatles, and I believe the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and I believe the Animals came. They came in the first of it. They came in that was like in the early 60s. But the Animals, they start doing their thing back in 63 and 64. The Who came in after that. I forgot the afterwards. I forgot the other ones that, but they came in. But that's when they start doing their thing. But they was one of the few rock groups that adopted our music. So when they start doing like opera and stuff like that in rock, that was very unheard of, and that was they band leader Peter Townsend, the white guy, the Who, they made some hits. But I'm just trying to give y'all I'm just giving you the breadth of it. They copy from little from blues and little from that, and there was a lot of people did not want to adopt this, but that's when rock really started performing, and that's when you start like hearing big of the heavy orchestration, and you hear like two or three different guitars. You hear two or three different types of horns. You hear three or four different types of bells. You hear longer orchestration, like going to like 10 or 11 minutes and stuff like that. So you gotta understand that. And then so these groups like the Who and what's that?
You had like Deep Purple. You had Deep Purple. You had
Deep Purple, right? I forgot Deep Purple. They started getting into the act and everything, and oh my God, the Guess Who?
Yeah,
the Guess Who. Now the Guess Who. Now I'm gonna tell people say, well, let the Guess Who. Now the Guess Who. They was out for a few years, but they became Backman and Overdrive. There was two brothers and one. They're originally from Canada. They the one made These Eyes Cry Every Night. That's one of the rock legend songs. You can hear, like, if you want to hear classic rock back in the 60s, late 60s, that's one of their songs. But what happened was they became Backman it was Backman, Turner, and Overdrive. They came, but they changed the name, and so they did all right. But and also you got
you even had the Eagles. You had the Eagles too.
Eagles,
You
right?
had
The Eagles came out in '71. Then you got what is that? Oh my God! Well, I'm just saying that it's a lot in my head, but these are they was in the evolution of our music. Soul, they took some soul, they took some blues, they took some R&B. But what's so about it? What's so good about them? They was all musicians, and so they was all musicians. What up, GG? I hope everything all right with you. I was concerned with you, earlier. And so understand that what we read about the late great Denise LaSalle, she was part of that, and she helped classic rock. She helped rock back then, and then also yes,
Right.
rock band yes, and
Mm-hmm.
also Supertramp, and then also
Right.
Supertramp, and also Seals and Crops. Now people say Diamond Girl, Diamond Girl, Diamond Girl. That's back in '72.
Girl.
Right. That
Yeah.
was now that song crossed over to R&B and even pop. Also, but
Mm-hmm.
everybody thought they came back in the 1970, early 1970. They started in 69, but they was not really making hits back then. But when they made that, they went on to have an outstanding career. They wrote their own songs and stuff. But if you hear the rock, I want you to really hear of the intel of East genre of music. I'm talking about blues, R&B, and soul. But at the same
Right.
time, they crafted so much in pop in rock that if you not really into music like I am, you will miss it. But you don't get me wrong. I'm saying like and then also the orchestration and also their songwriting was you could hear it too. So and also a lot of them had redone some of her music too,
Right.
the rock, and
Right.
also other ones too. So I want you to
Right.
understand that. But they did not get the credit they deserve, and also the royalties too. So I gotta throw that in and everything. But
Well,
go ahead,
just
bro.
to jump back on something, JT, but you know what? All right, let's jump back a little bit. Even Elvis Presley copied Chuck Berry. You
Mm-hmm.
know, what was his name? I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill. What was his name? They had a bunch of them that
Fats
they
Domino.
copied.
Fats
Yeah,
Domino.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then going over into the 70s now, remember, this type of music was also being played. Uh, Rock jazz, fusion jazz with Chick Corea, Return to Forever.
Right.
That was music that was mesmerizing.
Right. And it
Um,
right. Uh-huh. And also Chick Corea, they said who's Chick Corea? He played a lot of things. And also he was very instrumental to play of Curtis Mayfield, the late great Curtis Mayfield solo,
right,
very first solo hit named Curtis in 1970. You can hear
right,
his fusion back then. See this now that one what Muhammad the one is really talking about. This was the evolution. This when blues really start coming back, and you start hearing the fusion. Then at the time, we cannot forget about Vicious Bew by the late great Miles Davis. He started fusing with jazz and all that with R&B, but there was that part of that fusion back then too. So also the rock they would start fuse of jazz too, but at the same time they did gain respect of the one they did mention them that they learned from them. Now, did the artist, the one they copied from, did they get the I said the economics respect? No, they didn't. They had to fight for that. But they recognized them. And even some of them had took them on the road, had them play on their songs too and everything. So understand, and I know people think I'm getting on base. I'm not getting on base. Just work with me, family. You gotta understand this music that Denise LaSalle, the late great Denise LaSalle is, they actually copy from this, and also she came from the blues family too. She's also sang gospel even back then when she was younger. Then like almost 50 years later, I mean 60 years later, she went back to gospel. But you have to understand back then she was a trendsetter for she was one of the few people that made a smooth transition to blues into soul, into R&B. And that was very hard to do back then because the market back then for us as a people was not all that great. And I want people to understand that it was like very, very hard because at that time the music back then it was very competitive. The artist was very competitive. You got the feel. See, when she was coming, you got the beginning of Gamble Hub. They were shaping up the Philly sound. And then when and then there was a lot of people that was, oh, they heard from the 70s and stuff. No, they was making hits back in the mid 60s. Really, they made hits like in the 60s, but they really started really great hits in the 60s with the intruders and stuff. Now a lot of people say, oh, the intruders came out like in the late 60s. No, they came out in the early 60s, but they from the Philadelphia. So Gamble Hub started writing for them. I'm just breaking it down. So the sounds of Philadelphia really start shaping up back then. Then you got the mostly Mosho soul sound with Aretha Franklin back in Alabama. That stopped forming too because like Aretha Franklin, a lot of people, Aretha Franklin came out in the late 60s. No, she was singing back in the Columbia records back in the early 60s, and she made some good music. Even that there are some people that copied from her early recordings back then. But she stopped making it when she signed to Atlantic Records back in I believe in '67. That's when she take off and start making great music, and she started getting Grammy after Grammy after Grammy. I'm just giving you the base, what's going on. Then we cannot leave about the Memphis, like the Memphis sound. The Memphis I really start forming, like I said before, the late great Willie Mitchell with Al Green. And then also with some other people, it was other people. You got Bobby Boo Bland. A lot of people understand, oh yeah, he just came. No, he was saying yes. But like so the song that Jay-Z did to the in the city, he got that sample from Bobby Boo Bland that back in 74. I'm just giving you the brace what's going on, family, that this music that LaSalle kid was on, it was groundbreaking, but they was not getting the respect that they should. They was not getting the money. So that means they had to book their own shows. They had to produce their own because the record labels back then was cruel, was ripping them off and them. So a lot of them have to form their own production company. They have to form their own songwriter company. And even like, oh yeah, Bobby Womack. Yeah, well, Bobby Womack was into Malik Omar. Bobby Womack was already in the late 60s, early 70s. He was writing for Bobby Womack. He co-wrote Bobby Womack. He was down with the system back then. So he was, but that was hard for him too because he came from Sam Cooke. A lot of people don't understand that Bobby Womack wrote a song back in towards the mid 60s, and the Rolling Stones did it and made a hit out of it. And Bobby Womack, the Lakers, Bobby Womack got mad that and Sam Cooke said, what's going on? He said, why are you getting mad for? You making money. They playing your music. The more they played it, the more money you making. And so you have to understand. Yeah, he wrote 110th Street, Bobby Womack. And also it was something else too. I forgot like that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna start doing soundtracks too. I'm gonna start doing soundtracks. And also soundtrack. I didn't mean to get off the subject. Anybody want to join the panel? Let me know. Anybody knows that the late great Marvin Gaye did a soundtrack of Trouble Man? He wrote, produced, arranged. He wrote all the songs of Trouble Man. Yes, Trouble Man was part of the black exploitation movie back then. Very underrated. He did a soundtrack, you know that. Willie Fox. He was a Motown. He did two soundtracks too. He did Foxy Brown and the Slick. I think it's the Slick, something like that. He did two soundtracks. Also, you got the late great the one played the vibes. Roy Ayers. He did a soundtrack of Coffee. That back in 73, 74. Curtis Mayfield did three soundtracks. Now I'm gonna name it, family. He did a soundtrack of Superfly. That's 72. 74, he did a soundtrack of Claudine. That's 74. And the last one, 70 Eyes, that's Short Eyes. Give you what I feel. I know the group Invo did that, but the first one who sang that was Aretha Franklin. That was the height of her career. She was winning Grammy. So he did three soundtracks. The late great Curtis Mayfield, the real Aaron Collins. What's going on? So I'm just giving y'all the JTography. I'm just giving y'all some jewels to think on it tonight, and giving you some jewels you can look it up for yourself. We had great music. We had great music back then. Mine was the one you could talk. Go ahead and speak,
Oh,
brother.
no. It's something real short. Don't forget too, around the early 70s, when they fused rock with jazz and soul. Don't forget Dennis Coffey when he made that song Scorpio.
Right, yeah. I was getting to that. And that was groundbreaking too. Everybody thought he was black, but he was white.
Right.
And Scorpio was a crossover hit, family.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell the chat to look that up. They look that one up.
Yeah, go there. Go to Dennis Coffey. Yeah, Dennis Coffey played quite a few big hits back in the 70s too.
That's right.
And also My Life in the Sunshine. That's a great hit, and that's a good one. That's a good one. Real Aaron Collins, and also Mary J. Blige did a sound of that, but she put her own thing on it, and Sunshine and stuff like that. And also it was quite a few. It was quite a few, and also a lot of people don't know this. Barry White did a soundtrack in the early 70s, Together Brothers. I want you to look it up. Yes, the late great Barry White did a soundtrack, and I believe that he got some brothers for the Sounds of Philadelphia. Brothers, something like that. I want you to look it up. I think it's Brothers, something like that. He did a soundtrack. I think Love and Liberty Orchestra, but it got some brothers and sisters from South Philadelphia, and also with his orchestration. Anyway, yes, Barry White. I'm telling you, JT, I'll be kicking some jewels, y'all. Yo, respect my existence. I know what I'm talking about. That's right. The late great Barry White did a soundtrack, and now there is some people saying that the soundtrack when King Kong came out in the mid-70s, that
yeah, you just hit that. I was getting ready to say that too, JT. Yeah.
I don't know. There are some people said that he did most of the soundtrack of King Kong. I'm not gonna quote that. I don't know he did not, but I gotta look that up. But when I look it up, I get it. But he did the main song of the soundtrack, King Kong. And then I do get the long version. You got to hit the long version. Beautiful. I'm talking about his orchestrated. And then the ones who helped him shape that music is the late great Gene Page. Also, I forgot this too. Gene Page did a soundtrack of Blackula back in 72. Yeah, didn't know that, right? The late great Gene Page, he did a soundtrack of Blackula That also a black exploitation movie back in, I believe that's 72. And like I said later on, him and Barry White make history and stuff like that. And also, Hot City. The doctor's giving your, I'm giving your jewels tonight. I'm giving you jewels tonight. Now, you know, Barry White produced Gene Page Hot City soundtrack. I mean, Hot City LP back in 74. He produced, co-arranged, all that.
Right.
Like Satin Sheets. No, that came from Gene Page first. It's just that Barry took it to the next level. But you know, so Gene, that's right. So I'm just giving you a breast that you know that the ones who had rock and everything, they did took some from our people and everything. And we have to understand that our music always going to be infused. Always going to be fusion globally. And we have to pay respect. And the sad thing about it, we got these young ones, they do not pay respect of the ones who paid the way. And that's what I'm doing tonight. That y'all need to do. Y'all could Google it. It's there. But look up and appreciate the times too, what they have to do for our people. And so let me see.
Going back to that thing, going back, JT, to the Barry White King Kong, he fused opera type of music with R&B. It was so many facets to that record. It was crazy. I mean,
and right, and at the same time too, Barry White copied some of his stuff from Isaac Hayes.
Oh, wow.
Now that people understand, Isaac Hayes is the first one that started his own orchestration that fused with opera, classical, with R&B and soul. Nobody never heard this. I think he did it back in '67, his first LP, but it flopped and everything. And he said he was eating a cake and he got drunk and everything. But Hot Butter Soul, his second LP in '69, only 4 songs, but you will hear it and everything. Andre Toppin, thank you. Well, I'm telling you, nobody, and also Isaac Hayes was a giant too. Oh, we almost forgot. Isaac Hayes did the whole soundtrack of Shaft in '71. Right.
That's right.
He did a whole soundtrack, family. Whole soundtrack. And also, he was writing his own stuff too. So, and I tell there is a song. I forgot. It's over 19. It's close to 20 minutes, family. I want you to go do it and everything. And to Isaac Hayes, I think that's one of his best work. And I think he did another soundtrack in the 70s too, if I'm not mistaken. But don't quote me on that. But Shab, they the one did. Shab was Shab, and you got Shab and Superfly. Oh, we forgot another one. Oh man, you kind of know this. Back in 1970, Melvin Bad Peoples, he made what's that movie? Oh my God, Sweet Badass.
Right.
Now, now I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna drop another. The Underated. I'm dropping jewels tonight. Now, I'm gonna give you a little story. The ones who had that soundtrack was a young Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's back in 1970. Now, they took 2 years off because they were disbanded, but they reformed back in, there was 2 years. But I think a year and a half or 2 years, 3 years, but they reformed back in '72, and after that, they just took over, after that. But they was a young Earth, Wind, and Fire, a Sweet Badass. They soundtrack the young Earth, Wind, and Fire that Melvin Band Peoples had hired them. Like I said, if y'all don't believe me, look it up. All right? So I'm you know, so I'm just giving you sweet badass song, right? Earth with the young Earth, Wind, Fire did that. So the people say, how does this connect to Underrated and Muhammad the One? It does connect it because it connected everything when I talk about Denise LaSalle and how all this music when we talk about these all this was fusion. People was actually copycat for Isaac Hayes. People actually was doing Isaac Hayes songs. They were doing um Barry White, you name it. Because at that time, it was all about fusion back in the 70s. And so it was it was quite a few copycats and everything. And so, like I said, if you know music, you will know the difference and stuff like that. And so for me, this is a great time. And I hope that one day in the near future, when we talk about me, I hope it be people that want to get on the panel so we could talk about this because this is our music. We need to know. And yeah, take note, bro. You on your way, Andre Toppin Jr. You're on your way. And your mom is the one.
Yeah, I'm here, brother. I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, we, oh,
Yo, go ahead, bro.
yeah, we had a whole. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We had a whole boatload of music, bro. I mean, we had stuff, man. That oh my god, that was unbelievable, undescribable, bro. And I tell people, listen, man, you got to sit down. I think what happened, because if you remember, JT, when we went to school, there was music class where we played actual instruments.
Yeah.
Now, as time went on, everything started to become studio-ized music, like synthesizers, this, that. It's not the real anymore. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, and I forgot too in Motown, Ladies Sing the Blues. They did the music. They did the movie. Motown was the first one came up with their own production of movies and they soundtrack. Ladies Sing the Blues. Diana Ross played the late great Billie Holiday. That's back in like in '72, and also they 4 years later they came back with Mahogany, starring Diana Ross and Billy D. Williams. That's Mahogany, Motown. Motown
Right.
some soundtracks back then too. I forgot 72 Mahogany and 76. No, 72 Ladies Sing the Blues, and then 76. I believe no apartment. I believe that was 75 Mahogany. And
Right.
so I'm just giving you jewels, man. I can't believe I still remember some of this stuff here too. But this is the time that this is the era that Denise, the late great Denise LaSalle came from.
Right.
And so I want to pay respects of her and the other ones that come through and everything too. So I'm gonna ask one more time. Anybody want to get on the panel? Let me know. If not, I'm gonna say my thing. Then Muhammad will say his thing. Then he gonna give me his last remarks. I give my last remarks and everything. So what other sound that you also remember, Muhammad's the one?
Oh man. Like I said, I can remember. Well, even let's start with the Godfather, James Brown. All right, you had the JBs, with the horn section. Tremendous horn sections.
Yeah. Now the JBs, I'm gonna drop a jewel on your too. Now, if you remember Boosie Collins and his older brother Phelps, right?
Yes, sir.
They start off from the JBs.
Mm-hmm.
The very first LP, the JBs. Now, a lot of people understand the JBs have been gone, made countless albums. And matter of fact, I think years ago, they finally got it. They finally got it in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The JBs. Right. But but see, but the two brothers I'm talking about, Phelps Jr. and I left my name too.
Or even the Isley brothers too. Throw them in there too.
Right, I did. And I did something about the Ozzy brothers too. I want y'all to look that up too. And yeah, the Ozzy brothers too. So, but see, the Ozzy brothers, they came on like in the towards the end of the doo-wop era. You make me want to shout. They made that. They produced it too in '59. And
Right.
um
Right.
so this is
Right. So what's the guitar? Oh, Live It Up. Tell the chat to look that up. And the guitar player in there is tremendous. Oh man, you know, and again, infusing rock with with black soul music and R&B. That was before R&B actually came into existence. A lot of people don't understand that. You understand? And it was called soul music. That's Sam and Dave. Hold on, 'cause I'm coming. Remember that one?
yeah.
Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So,
that was part of Isaac Hayes, David Porter sound. That was about Sax Records and stuff.
right,
And,
right. Because the records used to be on 45. Remember, JT?
yeah, it could be on the 45 and the big 45, big 33 and a half and stuff
Yep.
like that. Cassette. It was on cassette.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. A lot of people don't know about that. They don't know about that. This is way before like the disco era and all of that stuff. This is the music that, and then you even had radio, because see, the radio stations JT and I probably used to listen to were on the AM stations back then. This was before FM even kicked in. You understand? So a lot of people don't know that either. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of musical history going around, brother, that a lot of people have to acquaint themselves with. You understand?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some people think that, oh, it's not it doesn't need for me to know about stuff like this and stuff like that. And matter of fact, the real Aaron Collins, I'm gonna get you on. You got a few more minutes, right, brother?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get the
I'm
real
not.
Aaron
I'm not
Collins.
going anywhere.
Okay, I can squeeze a few more minutes.
Yeah.
The real Aaron Collins, you get on. I'm seeing the link right now. I get on, because I know he probably want to hear talk a little something.
Right. Yeah. Put the brother on.
Yeah.
All welcome, man. Listen, you don't have to have a wealth of knowledge. It's something that you might have experienced and that you maybe recall. That's all. Hey, listen, we love our music, but hey.
All right.
Peace to the real Aaron Collins. What up, baby?
All right.
What it do, my brothers?
All right.
All right. What it do, fam? What it do?
Yeah, here y'all talking about the musical history and stuff. I love that. I love those topics.
Yes, sir. Got to switch it up every now and then, my brother. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. How you been?
Also, that's right, Erica. You came in kind of late, so you missed the story of the late great Denise LaSalle.
Okay. Yeah, I think I saw the title of it. I'm not sure who that was. Denise LaSalle.
Denise LaSalle.
Okay.
She made Long Dawn Silver. Maybe your parents will know something about that. But wherever this finished, you whenever we wind back, you can catch the beginning of it. But what people back in the days you like?
Well, I'm a '70s baby myself.
Okay.
And a lot of this music, believe it or not, a lot of the music that I heard that they play today, I was probably a youngster running like a toddler running around, and I think I still remember some of it, like Earth, Wind and Fire, the Commodores. I think the Brothers Johnson.
Mm.
Yep,
Wow,
yep.
that's a throwback there, Brothers Johnson. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
brother Johnson came up with it's A and M Records. That's with Quincy Jones.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't understand it. Brother Johnson did a thing too, but I want to be on in a few minutes. Aaron Collins, did anybody else that I know you was hearing a conversation about music. What's your take on it?
I heard a little bit of the conversation.
Huh?
I heard a little bit of the conversation.
Okay, all right. The little that you heard about, what's your take on it?
So what's my take on the conversation?
Yes.
I think it's good to know the musical history.
Okay, so you think it's very essential that
Yeah,
for you to keep on doing this?
yeah. I think this is good. I mean, I think we should always. I think we should talk about some other upbeat type of things too, as well. I mean, because we're musical people as well, and not to mention our struggle pretty much correlates with musical history. I mean, our soundtrack, our struggle is a soundtrack, if that makes any sense.
That makes sense and everything. And you think and you think it should be some more of our people should embrace this music? You think they should pay attention to this music? And also for the younger ones to know?
Yeah, and you know what? And I get it that we living in a different generation. I understand that,
Right.
and I don't think we should force them to listen to it. I think we should probably offer it to them and let them make the decision, but let them know the history. But yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
do
you're right
respect.
about it. Get that.
Okay, well, all right, thank you. Go ahead, Mohammed.
No, 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 no. I was just jumping, piggybacking on what Aaron just said about not forcing them to listen to music, but sometimes you just ease it on them, like when you're in your ride or something and you're playing. And I've had young people, they say, "Yo, who's that?" I said, "Just listen to it," you know, and then they'll run out and go get a CD or whatever, or they'll look it up on YouTube. And they said they come back to me and they say, "Hey, coach, that sounds good, man. Where you get that from?" I said, "Man, this was made back in the day, man, when I was a youngster." You see, and they would be like, "Wow," So, like Aaron said, you don't force them to. You just ease it on them. You ease it on them.
So like I'm doing tonight, ease it on.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right. You
I just want to
ease it on.
give them the truth, give them the truth of it. So they did the one good thing about they are archives, so they can always check it out for themselves and stuff. I appreciate real Aaron Collins. You come by what you stated. Your last remarks, please, and real and Muhammad's the one last remarks, and I'm gonna give my last one. I'm what your brother stated. Last remarks, please.
You know what, man? I just love that you could switch up the topics, and because you know what, like I was saying, it's always good to talk about other lighthearted topics too. We don't have to always talk about white supremacy and the struggle of what's going on. We should also talk about this too. And believe it or not, I do believe that there's some hope for us as a people. So, as usual, JT, you always have some good topics, and Just keep it up.
Thanks a lot. Oh yeah, Aaron Collins. I did a live this morning, and I did not know it showed up like this, but it was a women's panel. It was Queen panel this morning.
Cool, cool, cool. That's good.
It didn't form like that at first. They just said, I want to get on, and I just left it just like that. And I want you to check it out too. And it was Women Finding Solutions. And I want you to check that out. Yeah, I did it today and stuff. Let's get them views up on those family too. The one who's still in the chat. Muhammad's the one. Last remarks, please.
Yes, sir. And I would leave chat and the panel with this. Always remember the music that was made back then kind of resonates to what's happening today. By that, I mean, if you look at the lyrics back then, there were messages in the song. Um, they were positive messages. And like to piggyback on what Aaron just said, we are a spiritual people, whether we know it or not. Okay. And a lot of that was, because when they had slavery back then, a lot of our people sung out, cried out. They did this as a form of getting to feel better about themselves or whatever in the situations they were in. Now, to go to the topic at hand, again, I will, stress this point that with the music that we played back then, there was one record. As a matter of fact, I sent you a copy, JT. It was by Gil Scott Heron.
Yeah.
And it ain't really your life. It's nothing but a B movie. If you listen to those words, that took place in 1984 when Reagan got elected. You see what I'm saying? And if you listen to the word, I sent it to you and I sent it to Sheep, and Sheep emailed me back. He said, "Man, this is powerful." I said, "Yeah, brother." So there's a lot of There's another one he made, "Living in the Bottle." Oh man, I want the chat to look these songs up and just sit there and just listen to them. Just listen to it because it resonates with our struggle. And just to put a capper on this, on this thing here. Music is our way of giving off our spirituality. It's the way of connecting to a higher being. And that's just the way it is, man. That's just the way it is. And I just hope that our people, and especially the young people, just listen to it. Because today's music, it's some of it is okay, but then there's other parts of it that brings negative connotations, man. And that's you can whatever how you feel about it, but there are some good things out there still. But the music back then was deep, man, and it just made you think. It made you think. And I'll leave it with that. JT, the floor is yours, my brother.
Oh yeah. Before I continue, I want. There's some people came in. Um, for Qualets. Thanks. She said this person is new to the stream. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate that. I hope that you could. I hope that you come back just towards to the end and stuff like that. Let me check some out here. But I hope you come back and everything. Mother Mary. Oh, that's your new account. Okay, spiritual. Okay, it's actually just your new. Okay, hope everything's well. Okay. But the one who came in, welcome. And wherever it end, don't you check out the stream. Thanks for coming. All I can say is that I did a story about the late great Denise LaSalle. Sadly, she passed away on the 8th of this month, 78. She did a lot. She put out a lot of music for us. Maybe she gone, but her spirit and her music lives on, and all the music that we talk about, it lives on too. So, on that note, like I said before, let's learn about the past. because when we learn about the past, it does play a big role for right now, and we cannot let this oppressed system make us to forget the great ones that laid the foundation. Miss,
Sankofa.
she laid the foundation, and the other laid the foundation, and the young ones, you need to pay homage to them.
HAT.
Yep.
Sankofa.
Yeah.
Sankofa. Go back and get it.
Uh-huh. All right. So, so on that note, I want to thank everybody. Very much appreciated. Annette B, thanks for coming. And everybody else came late there. Malik, thanks for the compliments. Very much appreciated. Please get the lights up of the information that I do. This person have to wait. And on that note, um I'm gonna come. Man's talk is gonna be tomorrow. It's gonna be toxic masculinity part 2. We're gonna do subtopics on that. So be ready for that. Okay. On that note, salute to the great one, the late one, the late great Miss Denise LaSalle. Rest in peace. On that note,